Welcome back.
It is hot in this car.
Yeah, I could, well, crank on the air conditioning. I was afraid some driver's gonna get pissed off at me.
Do what you gotta do.
Fuck it. Alright, there we go. Okay, so, you want to talk about the movie first, or the couple behind us?
Oh my god. Alright, so we went and saw Ted 2, along with two people who I am going to hope were incredibly high.
There's just fucking couple behind us who thought this was like the greatest comedy that ever existed. Because they were laughing hysterically at everything.
Everything. The establishing shots of this film, it's like, look, they're back in Boston. People behind us, like, why?
They were laughing when nothing was happening. Like, they're like that couple in the comedy club that laughs when there's an awkward pause at any point because they're afraid of silence.
Oh, man. All right, comedy clubs. We'll get back to that point.
And it being on an improv team, that hurt me especially, too. Okay, so... Ted 2, I'm not gonna lie, the couple in the back did kind of make it a little bit more enjoyable.
It really did. It was like giving a movie its own laugh track.
Yeah.
But, alright, so I gotta say, I did not see Ted. So I went into this going, alright, all I know is there's a teddy bear that is voiced by Peter Griffin.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright.
Admittedly, they made that joke in the first movie.
Did they really?
They did.
Alright, well, damn.
Like Mark Wahlberg says something along the lines of, hey man, let's go and puke on cars on the overpass. He goes, I do not sound like Peter Griffin. Like, okay, at least they're aware of it. This one,
okay.
I mean, I saw the first Ted. I liked it okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a classic or anything like that, but it's like, Seth MacFarlane is like a frat boy animator that somehow got insanely popular.
Alright.
So it's one of those things, like, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of grown out of my Family Guy phase, which sounds pretentious of me to say. I mean, if you like it...
Kinda does.
I mean, if you like it, good for you. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with there. It used to when I was younger, but now it doesn't do it anymore. That's just the way it is.
It's this weird line that Family Guy and The Simpsons dance on in making social commentary. And sometimes you go too far.
Ooh. There we go. Like camera angles, for example.
Alright.
Anywho. So this one, is fucking 2 hours for some reason.
Yeah. 2 solid hours,
of dick jokes.
God, there's a lot of dick jokes in this movie.
Like, it's one of those movies,
gosh.
like, I didn't, like, really like it, or I didn't really hate it. This is, like, one case where, like, I really don't have much of an opinion on.
See, I'm all for, like, discussing under or misrepresentation and whatnot, but, like, there was an astounding number of dick jokes. There was a moment I wondered why there were no vagina jokes. Yeah, no, just all dick jokes. It's a really male-centric comedy, apparently. There's a weird realization for you.
I can't think of a single pussy joke in this movie.
There wasn't any.
That's what this movie was missing. Maybe then I would have liked it. We just need a pussy joke or two.
Clearly.
That would have fixed everything. Ignoring the fact this movie that's written and directed by Seth MacFarlane. Actually, was this directed? I don't even know.
I know it was produced.
And it's produced and starring Seth MacFarlane.
Yes.
Talking about civil rights issues. About a teddy bear.
Well, I know a teddy bear is the best device that, a standard white man can use to discuss civil rights.
Of course, it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. You're like, how should I do this? I shall voice a teddy bear.
I mean, it's like if Tyler Perry made a movie about single moms without having no idea what he's talking about. Oh, wait, he did that.
Did he really?
It's called Single Moms Club.
All right.
A case of, hey, let's take a director who has no experience in what he's talking about, get him to write a completely unrealistic script, and act like he's saying something meaningful. Granted, I don't think this one's trying to say anything meaningful.
No, I mean, I know Tyler Perry normally is speaking commentary on African-American culture and whatnot.
No, not recently.
Okay.
Speaking of someone who's watched way more Tyler Perry movies than he's ever planned to.
I have not watched a lot of Tyler Perry movies, and further, like, I definitely am not going to claim to be in a position where I'm like, yes, I can comment on African-American culture.
No.
Because I'm not at all qualified to talk about African American culture. You know?
That's kind of how I feel about it too. Like civil rights and stuff. I keep my fucking mouth shut. You know why?
It's got to be miraculous with you.
No, right? That's why we saw dear white people, both Ron and Muha, went,
Oh, man. Ron? Ron's whiter than you.
No, which Ron are we talking about? Ron Johnson? You met Ron.
Oh, that Ron. Okay, sorry.
I don't know which Ron you're thinking of. No, I'm talking like Ron, who is deeply engrossed in civil rights issues.
Yes.
And is insanely brilliant about it. And knows his shit.
I'm amazed you guys didn't get Rajan on that.
We haven't seen Raj in a really long fucking time.
We haven't, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you want a guy who is not white, but has no idea what is going on in civil rights.
That's probably why we didn't bring him along. We already had one whitey in the car. But we're talking about an entirely different movie.
Yes. Anyways, all right.
So, Ted 2. It's a frat boy comedy.
Yeah, no, it's a frat boy comedy. It's a bit of a stoner comedy.
It's, I'd say a little more than a little stoner comedy.
Yeah, it's a fair amount of stoner comedy.
I mean, there's a scene where they stumble onto a pot farm and the Jurassic Park music plays.
That was glorious. They travel in herds. They travel in herds.
They just come across this random pot farm, and then all of a sudden they look over in amazement because it's like some rare breed of pot.
Yeah.
And then he goes, da 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 da, as they look amazingly out.
Oh, it's
into
fantastic. When they meet their lawyer, they're like, ooh, we're not sure if you're going to be the right lawyer for us. And she busts out a bong, and they're like, we trust you completely.
Which makes me wonder why any self-respecting... I mean, I can nitpick this movie to death, but...
Oh, man. No, there's so many things in this film that would not work in a courtroom.
Would not work at all, period.
You know.
I mean, like, there's a scene at the end with they're at Comic-Con, and I've been to San Diego Comic-Con, and there was stuff I was like, oh, bullshit.
That they're actively selling tickets?
That they were actively selling tickets on the site. Bull fucking shit. That thing sells out like an hour before when they go on sale. And 2, where the fuck is security?
Yeah. So it's New York Comic-Con, though. Does it sell out as fast?
Probably not as fast, but I know it's gotta fucking sell out.
Because I know San Diego is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it's absurd.
Someday I want to go to Emerald City Comic-Con.
You probably have
I don't
better
even
luck.
dream of San Diego. Like, that's... If I ever get to go to San Diego Comic-Con, I'll probably be some kind of, like, guest. Which would be awesome.
I was gonna say, that would be amazing. Right? Like, if
San
we could
Diego
both pull that off.
Comic-Con. Set up a car on a stage. Let us watch a movie.
Wouldn't that be great? And this is like a live track thing.
Everyone who's supporting us on Patreon, this is exactly what we want to do with it.
It's never gonna fucking happen.
Please keep supporting us.
It's never gonna fucking happen. I would love it if it did. It's never gonna fucking happen.
No.
We're no. I'm sorry. I have to set my dreams bar somewhere low. Cause like, it's like I said, yeah, I want to be at my own panel, Comic-Con too. I want to make money. That's my dream at the moment.
I want someone else to buy my movie tickets.
I can dream. I got a little tear going right here. Anywho,
right.
So like I said, there's really not much to say about this movie. Like, it's just one of those things. It just exists in its own little timeline. But
So you saw Ted. If people enjoyed Ted, would they enjoy Ted too?
I'd say the first Ted is better. I don't know. It's like a thing with how many sequels where they're very rarely ever like, oh my god, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
A number of the great jokes are in the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a bummer. Like, the punchline didn't have so much punch because,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, like, and they steal a lot of their stuff from, like, Family Guy episodes. Like, there's a few jokes I saw, like, okay, Seth MacFarlane's literally just stealing his own shit at this point.
It's kind of amazing that he's able to do that.
Kinda, yeah.
I
like,
mean, in a sad way, but
even, like, the intro to the movie is, like, they just stole it from the Family Guy intro. Like, this is almost... Like, you didn't notice that? Do you watch Family Guy?
It's been a while.
Like this intro they've had for years, like the beginning intro, the intro to the movie was like, this is fucking the Family Guy intro.
Seth MacFarlane it has to be at least something of a fan of Bugsy Berkeley.
I guess
he's known for those chorus line numbers with all the dancing women and the complicated choreography where the camera's gonna come up at a high angle so you can see everything going on, where like a normal person could never go that high if they were sitting in the audience. But yeah, because the camera does it, it's one of the wonders of early film.
Yeah.
And so clearly he's a fan of that. So yeah, no, I mean, both are definitely rips off of that.
I mean, it's like one of those things of this movie. It's like, again, it's a frat boy comedy. If you liked the first one, you'll probably like the second one fine.
Yep.
I mean, it's like some stuff like bugged me, like it's so clearly meant for like the college age kid like student movie, because even have like the people both smoking pot, they're talking about porn, they're talking about bears fucking at one point, and then you have
Ted's bachelor party has them watching a nature documentary of bears fucking, and that's amazing.
I'll admit it's a kind of a clever joke as far as that kind of stuff goes.
I thought it was creative. I mean, they drag it out long enough that, like, you call it long before you see it, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah, actually, I thought it was gonna be something different. Like, I thought it was gonna be like something completely different other than sex. Like, I thought it was gonna be like someone at a grocery counter or something like that, picking out oranges. I don't know. Or just
Awesome.
just something completely different.
That would have been really weird.
That would have been weird. But you could agree, she did want it. So,
It's true.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, but then you even have like the gay couple. One's played by what's the voice actor's name? One who plays Joe on Family Guy. One's like one who's dressed up as the Tick, which I actually thought was pretty funny. He's a little psychic.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
But he's like the Comic-Con. He's at Comic-Con. It's like, oh, I just like to pick on the nerds. And there's a lot of scenes of him bullying other nerds. It's like, okay, yeah, this is meant for like stupid stoner comedy.
When they get back at him,
like,
though, it's
nerd!
fantastic.
And stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I do get him back. So it's like, okay, good, a little bit of social justice here. Because I'm sitting there like, I'm not okay with this. I am not fucking okay with this.
He and his partner are wrecking Comic-Con nerds throughout, like, a good 30 minutes of the film.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bully comedy.
Yeah, exactly. And then out of nowhere, you've got a group of like 5 of the other people at Comic-Con, kind of stereotypical nerds and whatnot, but one of them has this headpiece on. They've picked up this guy and used him as a battering ram and knock both of them through a glass display, which was fairly, it
I mean, I sure
rung with justice.
I mean, I sure as hell hope Hasbro got their money's worth with its fucking endorsement.
Oh my gosh.
Because their fucking fingerprints were all over this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, the main plot, I guess you can call it, is for one reason or another, turns out Ted is an illegal citizen, or he's even considered a human being.
He's not a person, he's property.
He's property, which is like, which leads right up to, really? This is the route you're gonna go with?
Right.
And they're kind of aware of how stupid it is.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a part even like they're watching a movie about slavery, and Ted's like, oh, that's me, that's what I'm going through right now as a slave is being whipped on television. And they're going, it's a little different, Ted.
Yeah.
So again, they're kind of aware how stupid it is. That isn't the fact that they're hammering that point home through the entire rest of the movie.
Exactly.
So again, it kind of comes back to, I think it's this example before, and this is the end when they point out with Seth Rogen, he goes, hey man, why do you play the same character in movie you're in? And then he plays the exact same character he's in every other movie he's in through the rest of it. So like, guys, just because you point it out doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive you for doing the exact same shit.
Exactly.
I mean, do something different with it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because it's a stoner comedy. And the relevant social commentary is kind of a moot point.
It's true.
Do all the other dumb shit that's going around here. So, again, I don't know. Maybe other people get more upset about it. I don't know.
A lot of people have different concerns about current mass media and the problems in it and all. And one of my great fears is that the Oscars are going to add a category for Best Stoner Movie of the Year. That's just terrifying.
The only way Seth Rogen would ever win an Oscar.
Oh! Come on, man. There's no way he makes the Best Stoner Movie of the Year. Ha! Seth, I'm sorry. I had to go there.
I don't know. He's in the new Steve Jobs movie, so who knows? Maybe it'll be
It's true. Maybe that'll be amazing.
Which Grant's apparently in. He's in the trailer. Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Yes.
Finally, one of us has made it.
We'll see.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. If Grant makes it, hey, I'll be his chauffeur. Fuck it. Like, just give me one role, man. One role. I'm already doing that with Ron.
Wow.
I'll admit I'll whore myself out.
All right.
I'm not ashamed. Blowjob, $3 here. Blowjob, $3. No teeth. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for bringing it back to the movie, but
Thank you.
I'm so sorry we brought it back to the movie. All right. But yeah, no. If you enjoy the first one, you might enjoy this one.
I don't know, like, there's a few good laughs here. Calling Amanda Seyfried, her eyes look like Gollum was kind of funny.
She has come a long way since Mean Girls.
That is true.
And personally,
Not too far, though.
no, but I'm looking at the details of this film, and I kind of want to say that it's within the same continuity.
It could very well be.
You look at the number of years, and it might actually, I'd have to actually check this, but it might line up right. It should be about 26. I don't know. How long ago did Mean Girls come out?
I don't know, but either way, this one knew who F. Scott Fitzgerald was, so probably not the same timeline.
Well, you know, she went to Arizona State. That sounds like just the right college that she'd wind up at.
That is true, but she also knew who Rocky was.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually fair. You know, it makes me really sad that I can argue, I don't know if this is the Mean Girls timeline. Because that means I have to admit that I've seen Mean Girls.
Hey, that is a timeless classic of our generation.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Ted 2 does a pretty entertaining homage to The Breakfast Club.
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah, that was good. There's a scene there in a library. They do the dance number. It's funny. I got a kick out of it.
I think the one part I will admit made me laugh only because of the doctor's delivery of that line was at the very, very end. Spoiler alert. They do fake out where the doctor tells Ted that, oh, your friend Johnny is dead after some kerfuffle with Danny, the creepy villain from the first movie. But then it turns out he faked him out and he just got Ted good. And he was like, well, you fucking jerk, how'd you get the doctor in on it? He goes, oh, I just asked him. And the guy goes, it's like, thanks, Doc. You're welcome. We're a fun hospital. And it turns and walks away.
Man.
It's like, that's a dark joke, but I'll go with it. And I think the one that made me slightly depressed was the improv club joke.
Oh my gosh. There's a point where they're all sad. So like, all right, let's go make sad suggestions at the improv club. So they go there and they're like, okay, we need a depressing, we don't need a depressing.
It's like, we need an event. And he goes, 9/11. He goes, okay, anyone else? Another location, 9/11. Okay, how about a person? Bill Cosby. No,
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Come on, give us a different person. Robin Williams at 9/11. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that was the point where I called bullshit. I was like, okay, there will not be only one person shining an improv club.
Yeah.
I did an improv show in a tiny dinky ass little room. You could not get your word in edgewise in that room.
I think I heard someone say Starbucks. No one said Starbucks.
Bill
so
Cosby.
who's inside that Starbucks? They said Bill Cosby. It's like, you guys are monsters.
Yeah, that's part of an improv team. I'm like, yeah, that makes me sad.
I need to go see your improv team perform again.
That'd be fun. It's actually kind of a funny story. At this point, there's not much else to say about too, so I might as well tell a story. There was one game we played called Hollywood Director. And how that game was played is you start off with a scene. At any point, this director comes in, tells you what you did this crap, and then gives you a suggestion on how to do that same scene, but with in a different way.
Yeah.
So it was me and this other friend of mine up there, and we're doing the first sketch, and the guy goes like, no, that was crap. Okay, you need to do it like a mobster movie. He said mobster though. What I heard was monster. So he says, go, and I start going, roar, 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 and my friend goes, dude, you said mobster. The entire audience starts cracking the fuck up as this horrible mistake I made. I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm so embarrassed, but I recovered quickly, thank God, but it became the running gag through the entire rest of the show.
She's like, you see.
No, what happened was there was a game came up that was called Monster versus Monster, and the entire audience started going, monster. And there's another game called Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is an actual game where you pull like little pieces of paper that audience members write. One of the pieces of paper said, dude, it's pronounced mobster, not monster.
Excellent.
And I was like, fucking Jesus Christ.
Hey, what you do on your Sundays is up to you.
Hey, it's a fun Sunday.
All right, get religion.
I need religion, I have improv.
All right.
Is there really anything else to say about it?
So previews.
Okay, I'll admit this is the one where I got distracted by other shit I had to deal with a little bit of a mini crisis, not a big one, but like a very minor thing I had to take care of. So I missed the first couple trailers.
Got Crisis Light. All the fear, only half the calories.
Wait, which one was that one?
That's just what you were going through as a mini
Oh yeah,
crisis.
yes. Okay, I thought that was like the first trailer. I was like, what the fuck was that?
No, man, I'm making shit up.
I know we got the trailer for the music one. What's that one called?
The music one. Because
The one with Ice, like Ice Cube.
Oh, yeah,
and Paul Giamatti, and
is it Straight from Compton?
that was it. Yeah, straight from Compton. I don't know.
That could be good. It's really gonna come down to how literally they portray the story, because it's a big and it's an important story. And if they tell it well, it could be an amazing movie that's going to annoy a lot of people, because when it happened, a lot of people got annoyed.
Did it?
Yeah. These guys, it's based on a real story.
I believe you. I know nothing about the actual story.
NWA, Dr. Dre, the whole rap and hip hop movement. It's worth knowing about.
Yeah, like I said, all my music's knowledge is null and void. So,
That's all right.
like I know Sarah wants to see it because she's a big music buff.
Yep.
So
Well, and it's also going to be a lot of, civil and social rights comedy. Not comedy, wow. Commentary. Wow. I'm on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys.
Monster.
You see?
Is that gonna be just your catchphrase from now on? Just like everyone's like, "Hey, it's Wes." Rah, you see? It's like something like it's a really bad sitcom.
I'm gonna make him an offer you get.
You see? You gotta follow it up with that. That's the way it. Just like, yeah. What a day, it's Wesley! And coming, you see? Get the little circle in the center of the screen, like it's Porky Pig. And then we got that Will Ferrell movie. You remember what that one was called?
Yeah, Will Ferrell, I don't remember what it's called, but he's a stepfather to the kids. Their real father is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up on IMDb, but was it called Tom's Dad?
Could be. It's definitely it's father versus stepfather.
Yeah, it's like Mark Wahlberg in it.
It looks like it could be so bad that it's amazing.
I mean, I've made my disdain for Will Ferrell known through a long time.
Every so often he does something that I find magical.
Like what?
Stranger Than Fiction is one of my favorite movies.
I keep hearing that's good. Sorry, there's this person
There's a truck behind us, and
is apparently just like there's no. I don't know what this person's doing, but
I don't either.
Oh, whatever.
Anyways, all right. So there's that one. That looks like it could be good, might not be.
And then we got American Ultra.
American Ultra.
It has Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor with Bella.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
He is like a sleeper agent or something going on here, and the way he's trying to pull off being a badass, really feels like the director saw Donald Glover's joke about Michael Cera playing Shaft and decided to see what he could do with it.
So you got Jesse Eisenberg instead, because who's seen Michael Cera lately?
Wow. I totally thought they were the same guy.
You thought that was Michael Cera? I mean, granted, I get it, but not all white people look the same, Wes.
You're right. No, they're different people. Man, I guess there's a resemblance, but in my brain, I connected. Oh wow! Again, monster.
I see.
Commentary.
You see?
Oh man,
you're on a roll today, man.
This is what happens when we don't rehearse these things.
Oh fuck that. This is like for once you look like shit and I actually look okay. So.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
So far, I haven't made a Vampire Academy joke in a while.
It's true.
I don't know. It looks decent. I don't know. I like Jesse Eisenberg. So
yeah, I know. I'm down with it.
Yeah. So I don't, I'm
could be a
hopeful.
lot of fun. I think it's gonna be one to show up to with a flask.
Yeah. Or Bond. I don't know. Either one is probably suitable because it's one of those movies. Because even then, like, there's a scene where Jesse Eisenberg's like, "Do you have any weed?" He goes, "You want to smoke weed right now?" It's like, I'm just feeling a lot of anxiety. And I don't know.
Oh man! All right.
then we got
any
the-
other previews?
We got The Gift.
The Gift. God, that looks creepy.
I know, it's like really going against his usual shtick.
Definitely.
What's
I'm
the actor's name? I
not a
forget.
huge horror movie fan to begin with.
Nor am I. Mostly because
But-
most of them suck. But I know you have your own
Yeah.
different reasons for that.
Well, exactly.
It's
But I
still
mean,
hot, but
yeah. That all being said, oh, that's much better.
there you go.
Sorry for what it may be doing to the audio quality.
It's fine. You got you used to it, right?
You don't come here to hear us. You come here to look at. Why do you come here?
Well, they're not here now. Thanks, asshole.
Tune in next time.
Fucker.
What else you got going on today?
Another movie?
Yeah, no, you're gonna go see something, right?
I mean, Earl the Dying Girl.
All right. So watch his next review of that as well. It'll probably be up shortly as well.
Yes, it's probably the same day. I mean, I'll be probably working on a commercial after this. So
Wow.
I know I'm a commercial for this site, but
For this site, excellent.
yeah, so I gotta start thinking of ideas and writing scripts and all that stuff because I want to try push another promotional effort.
All right.
Now that we actually have a small budget of $25.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you, Patreon.
Yeah. That is like almost 2 movie tickets.
Well, if you go this early, apparently, because
Yeah,
I woke up
sure.
the ass crack of dawn to go see this fucking
They have
movie.
no idea what time we saw this movie.
Well,
Guys, this
like-
was a 6 a.m. movie. They do that out here. I can't back that at
I was
all.
gonna say, there's probably one theater that does it somewhere.
Ted 2 came out a week ago and it still has 6 a.m. show times. That's how amazing this movie is. If you haven't already seen it, you're already dead. Wait. I may have gone too far there.
There was a couple of like, I will admit, franny-laden parts of the movie that made me laugh, or like the black girl at the counter in the grocery store.
Yes.
And it calls it like, "You see those white over there?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, what?"
You've said that twice. Is that actually a thing? I don't know if that's a thing.
Oh.
I'm not saying that quote.
And just because
All right.
I'm all on board with anything Liam Neeson is in, I do have to talk about a scene.
Oh
in
my
this
gosh,
movie.
the Liam Neeson scene was good.
It was so random, fuck out of nowhere, never mentioned again, but I will
Yeah.
admit, it did make me laugh. Where it is like Liam Neeson walks into the grocery store, and he walks over to Ted, and he puts a box of tricks on the counter, and he goes, "I hear these are made only for kids, only for children."
Yes.
And he goes,
It's not reinforced by law or anything.
and he goes,
Yeah.
"So if I buy these, I won't be followed." We don't have the budget for that, sir.
Yeah.
I was like, "I hope you can see that I am not a child."
I,
yeah, it's
I
like,
sniffed that one out.
yeah, he goes, "I won't forget what you did today." Hands him
I would prefer that you did.
hands him a 5, tucks the tricks in his bag, walks out, never mentioned again.
I just want to note, like, Ted doesn't even seem fazed by the fact that he never scanned that.
he just accepts it as fact.
Like, I mean, I guess a few minutes later he could have gone, grabbed another box, rang it through, paid for, put the money in the register, put the box back on the shelf.
It's actually, there was one series of jokes, and the Cinema Snob liked the same part that I did, but I made me chuckle, in the first Ted, where there's a big joke how Ted hated his job at the grocery clerk and he did everything he could to get fired, but everything he would do just got him promoted.
Oh my god.
So I think one of the best lines in the movie was, that's when he meets his girlfriend / wife in this movie, as if they start fucking in the back room on the job. Including lines like, "Oh yeah, put your finger in the loop of my tag."
Oh my god.
But there's a part where like the boss finds him doing this. He calls him into his office. He goes, "So you're having sex in the back room?" And he just goes with a straight face, goes, "I fucked her with a cucumber. I then sold that cucumber to a family of 4 with 2 small children." Boss looks, he goes, "That takes courage and balls. You're promoted." Guy looks, he goes, "You got problems, don't you?"
Yeah.
So like,
All right, so that's the movie. That's the previews.
Yeah, so-
final thoughts.
I'm gonna forget about this movie by next week. That's kind of how I feel at it.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Like, I definitely didn't walk out of this going, oh, how could I have watched that? Why can't I go watch something with the Wayans brothers? But, you know.
Or Kirk Cameron.
Where's Saving July 4th?
I would actually crash my car to go see that movie.
God, you know what? Like, hey, you just gotta mix it up here. Be like, Vin Diesel Saving July 4th.
Awesome. Sold. Fuck yeah. The most patriotic goddamn movie of the century.
I'm just like, let's. Can I buy multiple tickets? Like, I'm gonna go to every single showing of that.
I would. It's like, make more, please.
The government comes to me, they're like, Wes, you have a job, it's paying good money, and
Kirk
you
Cameron
are,
and
you know,
Vin Diesel in the same movie.
You owe student loans, it's time to pay those. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm bankrupt. And like, how are you bankrupt? I'm like, well, there's this movie. And the government's like, well, yeah, we know. Have you seen the deficit? That's why.
No, you're gonna thank me for this later, guys. You're gonna thank me for this. Vin Diesel and like one of those fake ass beards.
Vin Diesel as Uncle Sam.
As Uncle Sam, thank you.
Just staring at the screen.
With Kirk Cameron giving an explanation how Uncle Sam really came from the Bible. We gotta watch that this Christmas.
Absolutely.
Let's get like you, me, Grant, and Muha together.
Grant and Muha are just sitting there going, why?
Now, as far as I know, Muha's never seen Saving Christmas, nor does he know anything about him. So, about it. So,
nice. I
I propose that we get a drinking game set up where we take a shot every time he says the word "what."
I am wholeheartedly down with this.
Yes, we're gonna make it happen.
Oh
maybe
my
like
God.
maybe like with that, we'll get that in Patreon things. We'll get like live reaction.
Can
Like
we
with
live
that
stream this watching?
like
Yeah.
the live stream of that and you watching Music Meister.
Yes.
So there you
For
go.
more
guys.
understanding of the Music Meister, sign up for our Patreon. Check out the DC Animations Antics.
Yes.
I told you I'd learn it.
Yes. All right, guys.
They're on to us. We gotta go.
Shit, cops are here. Fuck. All right. So I gotta
If
help.
anyone asks, I was with you until 3 a.m.
It's the middle of the day.
I'm also pointing at the YouTube watcher.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't think you were laughing like in the end of this movie when Morgan Freeman comes in to save the day, because that's what Morgan Freeman does. When he has his hands like in the jury bar and he goes, you know, fun fact, he get arrested for that. It's like, this is also the same world. You can get Comic-Con tickets for for easy.
Walk up and buy them.
And where you can get a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle suit easily.
Oh no, he stabbed somebody.
I'm sure he had to. That shit's hard and expensive to
It's
get.
true.
All right, guys. So thank you all for watching.
All right,
I gotta
take
have to
care.
Veil. You guys have a good day. I'll see you all probably later today.
Make good life choices.
You're watching this show, so clearly don't. You look like you're jerking somebody off. Good night, everybody.
I'm pointing it at Michael's face.